course, on this Monday. Last couple days of September, make it count. Pretty unbelievable. We are already heading into the month of October. September flew on by, and as you take a look at your school day forecast for today, it's going to be a pretty quiet one. A couple passing clouds to deal with, but that's going to be it. We won't see any rain for today. We will be looking at temperatures likely a little bit cooler than what we had this past weekend, just because we will have a little bit of additional cloud cover. But otherwise, ride to school and back from school, after school sports practices should be good to go. We keep it very, very dry here as we head into the start of this whole new month. October, of course, kicking off on Wednesday. 10% chance for a stray shower today, but that's not going to be until the sun sets. So it's going to be an evening and overnight rain chance for us. And then sunshine returns for us as we into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And we continue with the very dry conditions. We do need the rainfall at this point in time. And because we've been dealing with some pretty dry weather across the region, we've also seen a gradual lowering in our lake levels. Lake Travis, this is the update here, still 85% full, but over the past 30 days, the past month, we've seen a drop in those lake levels by about 2 feet. We are still running a little bit above average, though, for this time of year by around 9.5 feet or so. So some good news there. Up towards Lake Buchanan, we are currently also still running a little bit above average by nearly 9 feet, but we've also seen a little bit of loss in our lake levels there by nearly a foot over the past 30 days, where they are still at 96% full. One of the things we also see with the very dry weather tends to be a spike in our weed allergens, and we certainly have been tracking that. Our latest air sensors showing high counts of ragweed, fall elm and pine remaining low, with mold still ready.
We got a lot of big events going on, but you know what? It is Monday. We have a whole new work week. I hope you're doing okay. Hope you got some rest over the weekend. Here's a look at Mopac on that beautiful Barton Skyway there. This whole area is what I'm talking about surrounding Zilker Park, and their crews were already out there getting everything ready for you guys. Right now on the upper deck on I-35, no major snags there, looking good on Airport Boulevard. Unfortunately, we did have that deadly incident overnight in the Hornsby Bend area, which was just heartbreaking. I mean, multiple people involved. As you can see, though, the 130 toll road nice and clear following that incident from overnight. Aside from that, we have some folks that might be trying to head home from the weekend, looking good at the airport. Pretty busy on the inside, but as far as the roads are concerned, shouldn't have an issue getting there. Noticing a minor slowdown on the 130 toll road there, heading out towards
the month has been hotter than average. We've had a couple days, in fact a few days, featuring triple-digit highs. Of course, one of those being just last Tuesday, where we managed to have a record at 101 degrees. Cold front moved through. We went from 101 to 91. So yeah, 10-degree difference, but still we are pretty warm with those highs still in the 90s, and that's what we will continue to have even as we head into today and tomorrow, the last days of the month here. Yes, here we go, a whole new month, October, of course, kicking off on Wednesday. Average high for the start of the month of October, 87 degrees. We're typically in those mid and upper 80s, statistically speaking at least, and by the end of the month, our average high falls into the upper 70s. Now, as we head into the remainder of this week and the start of October, you'll see we're going to be a solid about 8-9 degrees above that number there. So we've got a pretty warm stretch of weather, though we have gotten to enjoy at least these cooler and seasonable mornings for us. With that dry air that we still are feeling, dew points comfortable in the 50s, makes it pretty easy to warm things up, and with high pressure overhead, here we go. Temperatures on the rise again. Hottest day of the week will likely be Thursday at 96 degrees. Out the door right now, we're currently dry as we start this work week. Second to last day of September, we'll be looking at a couple clouds building in from the south and west for today. Temperatures coolest up towards the hill country, where you're sitting in the 50s for Llano, Fredericksburg, Johnson City, and Blanco. Enjoy that. Middle 60s out across the I-35 corridor, with lower 60s for the coastal plains. One of the things we'll be tracking today is this little area of low pressure that's currently circulating in north parts of Mexico. That's been bringing some shower activity to western parts of Texas. Notice the motion here from west to east, and some of that will be making its way into central Texas later on today. That moisture creeping in the upper levels of the atmosphere, but the thing is, because we have some pretty dry air at the surface, it's going to be tough to see that actually reach the ground. I do think a couple of us, especially in the hill country, could see a couple showers, but not until tonight once the sun sets. During the day, expect a mix of some sun and clouds, high clouds filtering in from the south and west. Here we go heading into this evening. This is around 10-11 p.m. Quick little light shower will be a possibility for hill country zones. Maybe if we're lucky, a little sprinkle passing across I-35, but the good majority of us dry. Again, it's just going to be tough to see that rain actually reach the surface because of the drier air still near the ground. That heads out. We're back with full-on sunshine as we head into your Tuesday with a very quiet week of weather ahead. Highs today, upper 80s in the hill country, low 90s elsewhere. Look for high near about 92 degrees in the Austin area. Temperatures overnight 50s, low to middle 60s. We'll be looking at that chance for a stray shower, and then we're back with the dry conditions and sunshine as we head into tomorrow. A little bit warmer with less cloud cover as we warm to about 94 degrees for the Austin area. We are going to be looking at a very dry forecast from now through the remainder of this week. We really need the rain, but we just don't have any systems kind of down the pipeline here as we head into even the weekend ahead. So great news, if you do have plans to go to ACL, you at least won't need any rain gear. It should be nice and dry for that. It is going to be a pretty